Hey y'all. Hey, it's your girl, Coach Tuka. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Listen, it's my favorite place to be at 4 o'clock on a Friday. Right here on these YouTube streets with you, okay? Listen, let's go ahead and y'all know the deal. Make sure you get this link so you can share it with somebody that you say you love, okay? If you are here watching me live, I need for you to tell me hello. Say hello. How you doing? Okay. The next thing I want you to do is if you're on the replay, hey Alicia. If you are on the replay squad, please say replay so I can come back. I circle back and show love. Okay. Listen. I don't know if who I'm talking to today. Now, if this ain't for you, don't get in your feelings. I'm just, I'm always telling y'all what I know. Okay. I'm telling y'all what had happened to me. And my goal is always to keep you from making the same mistakes that I did. Okay. I want you to not like, if this ain't for you, just share it out with somebody who it's for. All right. I do not want you to be like, she ain't talking to me. All right. But this message is for who it's for. All right. And if it ain't you, don't you worry. All right. So remember, I need y'all to talk back to me and I need y'all to share this with somebody because this is for the woman who is tired, baby, of seeing everybody. At least you said, I don't know where you're going with this, sucker. I don't know where you're going. Okay. I don't know where you're going. I'm just gonna tell you about Alicia. It's not you, baby. It was me. This was me. Okay, you're just gonna go for the journey, and it was Tucker. All right. But this is for the woman who keeps feeling like, honey, I can't seem to catch a break when it comes to just changing my body, going back to the person I knew I used to be, looking like I used to look, my clothes fitting like they used to fit. I am out here doing the things. Okay. Tucker keep talking about. Lisa says, probably me too. Took keep talking about. I don't need no motivation. All right. I got to do it anyway. But I'm doing it. I am doing it. I'm starting over every morning, every Monday. But the truth is, okay, this was me. When I started my journey, so 80 years ago, 5 years ago, I was 80 pounds heavier. That's what I'm trying to say. 5 years ago, almost May 11th will be 5 years. I was 80 pounds heavier. When I was 80 pounds heavier, and I made a decision when I looked in the mirror and I said, something got to be different. Okay. My objective at that time was to lose 50 pounds. Y'all gonna laugh at me now. Was to lose 50 pounds. I said, okay, I am a size 16 right now. Technically, the 16 was really an 18. That was really an 18, but we're not gonna talk about it a lot because I didn't buy a lot of 18s because I just knew that number, it never sounded like it was supposed to be my number, right? So I would squeeze myself in all of my 16s and periodically buy an 18. So in my mind, I'm like 50 pounds ought to get me in a 14 because I got a closet full of 14s and I'm gonna be cute. I remembered how cute I used to look in these outfits, okay? And I was like, 50 pounds ought to get it. I should be able to get out these 16s and be solidly in a 14. It's gonna work. I'm telling you, I just wanted to be cute in my clothes. That's all I wanted. Okay. So let me tell you before I start, don't nobody get their feelings hurt. Wanting to look good in your clothes, wanting to look good is not wrong. There's nothing wrong with wanting to feel confident. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be fine. Okay. There's nothing. I just wanted to be fine in a 14. That was the goal. I wanted to be fine in a 14. But wanting to get fine on the outside without doing the work that's required on the inside, oh, that's the part that's going to get us in trouble. All right. That's the part that's going to mess us up. So we want to lose weight. All right. We want to be fine. The weather is weathering. Y'all hear my stop up in this? I just came from a walk with my son and pollen is everywhere. All right. But it's okay. I got some Shackley alfalfa for it. So it's nothing wrong. Hey, Nikki, it's nothing wrong. We want to be fine. You say you want to be what? You want to lose weight. You say you want to be fine. And I'm with you. I like it. But baby, you can't get fine without getting focused. All right. So here are where the problems lie. I'm going to help you. I want you to, meditate on these over the weekend. The problem with wanting to be fine without getting and not really doing the focus, okay, is you want to look good on the outside, but we ain't said nothing about fixing what's broken on the inside. All right. So listen, we are excellent at showing up and looking like we got it going on. We are masters at performing and looking like we got it all put together. We are so awesome at showing up with the face. Y'all, some of y'all with these beat faces, okay? Outfit coordinated, accessories on point, but on the inside though. So on the outside, people see you, it look good. But on the inside, your mind is cluttered, exhausted, and overwhelmed. You full of emotions. You frustrated, you tired, you overwhelmed. And that's the stuff that's weighing you down. So you want the waistline to be snatched, right? But you don't want to deal with this weight of the fact that you can't forgive. All right. We want to deal with resentment. We want the body to be snatched, but we still got bitter hearts. We want our stomach flats. All right. But we got a whole bunch of stuff in our shana in our soul that we haven't processed yet. So here's what I'm trying to say to you. When you stand in the mirror and you say to yourself, baby, I'm trying to get fine this summer. All right. I just want to be honest with you and tell you the weight that you're carrying is not just physical. There's some emotional weight that some of us are carrying. And the emotional weight, you can't burn that off on a treadmill. Can't run that off in your neighborhood. You can't do that you can't get rid of that on a Peloton. All right? You burn it off when you start having honest conversations with yourself. All right? When you start facing that, like what you really carrying with you. So in this new season of our life, when we get snatched this time, we're not gonna do it looking like we free. All right? Showing up looking like we free, but bound for real in real life. All right? Because that bondage that we have in real life is the reason that we get our comfort from our food. All right? It's the reason why we spend our time scrolling instead of handling business. It's the reason why we so busy and not productive because we're not hungry. Okay? We just want to be comfortable. And you cannot free this body up if you don't process these emotions. So I'm not saying be perfect, but you're going to have to be honest. You have to tell the truth about a thing. All right. So do I have any cousins in the room with me? People who, baby, were more concerned about what it looked like on the outside. Veronica say on stage is showtime. Hey, girl. Yeah. Who want to be cute in the outfit, but on the inside, we barely holding it together. We like one incident from just snapping. All right. We like one bad conversation from like falling into tears. All right. So the snatch on the outside is fine. But until we deal with this emotional weight we carrying, all right, it won't mean a hill of beans. And we won't be able to maintain the work we're doing. Here's the other thing I want to tell you that you cannot take parts of your life and say, I'm just gonna fix this one area right here. Okay. It's almost like your house being a mess and you saying, you know what? We just gonna sweep the front porch. We just gonna get the lawn together. All right. We ain't renovated or fixed nothing on the inside. It's a hot mess on the inside. So you can't try to fix one area of your life and forget about the rest. So we try to lose weight, but we don't want to change nothing else. All right. We just want to starve ourselves and allow the weight to fall out while we're hungry, but we don't want to deal with our emotions. We don't want to look at these relationships. We don't want to look at our habits. We don't want to have accountability around how we use our time. All right. We won't clean up the schedule, but we'll try to clean up the food. We'll meal prep, but we won't allow ourselves to get no rest. We won't make rest mandatory. We'll cut out sugar, but then we won't say no. We'll say no to sugar for a season because the sugar addicts, it always comes back. All right. We'll cut out sugar, but then we're saying yes to everything that just drains us of all of our energy. So losing weight, if your life is out of order, is a setup for you to have to run it back and do it again. All right. So when you look in the mirror and you see the version of yourself that you're like, what happened to me? All right. What we see in the mirror is just what shows up on the outside. But there's so much more that you're carrying on the inside that is the reason it looks that way on the outside. So we can't just pick one section and say, I'm going to deal with this one section and I'm not going to worry about everything else. Hey, Jerry. So what happens on your plate, what you see happening in your body It's really a reflection of what's happening in your life. This is one of the most honest conversations I have ever had to have with myself. All right. So looking at the body on the outside and saying to yourself, okay, I'm finna get snatched. I'm gonna be fine in the 14. All right. But deciding that, I'm not really gonna change anything about my boundaries. I'm still gonna run around and do everything for everybody. I am. I'm not gonna change anything about my schedule. It's gonna be jam-packed and full of things that don't really have anything to do with me and don't make my life better. And I'm gonna be resentful towards the people who got me running everywhere because I don't know how to say no. I'm not gonna deal with my people pleasing. I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm just gonna get fined in a 14. All right. I'm not gonna take control of my day. I'm just gonna let the day be chaotic. And then I'm gonna try to lock in on these cravings. Okay. I'm gonna try to make myself not eat no Oreos tonight. All right. You have to get into a position of authority. And when we do that, that means addressing the inside and then it shows up on the outside. I'm just saying. So you got to have some time in your day where you just slow down and kind of check in with yourself. Some of us, we can ran all day. We can ask ourselves how we feel not one time today. All right. So if you don't check in with yourself, your body gonna keep on trying to slow you down in other ways. So you're trying to get discipline in your life with food, but your life doesn't have discipline in other places. I just thought about this today. I had a friend that texted me and she said, hey, listen, I need you to I need a space on your calendar next week. She said, hey, the message, she'll know who she is when she see this because I'm going to send her this message. She said, hey, friend. That's how she started it. Okay, that ought to tell you something right there. She said, hey, friend, I need to get on your calendar for next week so we can do lunch. That's what she said. All right. So there are a couple of things about this conversation that would have never happened with the old me. Okay. The old me, she could have sent that message this morning and we would be somewhere tonight. All right. We would. Because I had no boundaries around my time. Everybody could have got a yes. Anybody could get a yes. I have a friend that says my yeses were for the streets. She said everybody could get it. And it was true. So this friend that texted me today, she could have texted me this morning, 5 years ago, me. She could have texted me this morning and said, hey girl, you want to go to Mexican tonight? But because she's my friend and I have been operating with boundaries around my time, in control of my schedule, with new habits and a consistent way of operating, she knows this about me. She knows that I plan next week on Fridays. She knows that. So she knows that if she ever stood a chance of getting on this schedule, she got to talk to me about it on Friday. She knows that. Okay. Some of us never set that boundary though, because we would be like, man, ain't nobody gonna want to hang with me. Ain't nobody gonna invite me to nothing. It's too much work. And guess what? I did have people in my life who said that. They said, baby, you and this schedule gets on my nerves. It's just too much. And they don't invite me anywhere. And guess what? I made it. I'm okay. All right. I'm okay. But people who really love me understand that when I value the relationship and you got a certain level of access, baby, you know the code. And the code was text on Friday so you can get on the schedule. Sound like she got something to tell me. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. So these are the things that I had to learn to deal with because a yes to her. So imagine this was 5 years ago. Someone texted me and said, hey, let's go out to eat. All right. I drop everything. My schedule look one way, but I say, you know what? It don't matter. We going. Now I haven't moved my body. I haven't prepped my food. I got all these things that are undone. All right. I'm not managing my time because I'm out here in the street. It doesn't mean you don't ever have a spontaneous thing, but I plan for those too. All right. And so everything's undone. All right. I go out, I key. Whole time I'm with the friend though, I'm thinking about all the things I got to do and how I got to get out of here because I'm missing doing things I should have done. All right. But guess what? Next week when I meet my friend for lunch, I'm all in. I'm listening I'm getting all the story. She's got some very exciting things going on in her life. And so I'm thinking in advance, can't wait to hear it. There's an update that's really good. God did a thing. I can't wait to hear about it. I'm not even gonna call her and ask her, but I can't wait. And when I get there, I'm all the way there. You see what I'm saying? But this requires you to be willing to say no. This is internal work right here. This is internal work right here. So I have criteria now for people to get yeses from me. So all I'm saying is that these are the things that you got to address if you want to be fine. You have to focus on the right thing. You have to focus on how you feel. So yes, what you eat, what you put on your plate, that's gonna be important. But you have to focus on some of these draining relationships you got. You have to focus on the fact that you may not know how to manage your emotions. All right. So you eat them so you feel comfortable. You have to focus on that in order to really, really, really be fine on the inside and out. Okay. I'm just telling you what I know. All right. So here goes some examples, things I know y'all out here doing. You didn't do your workout. Why? It's not because you're lazy, ain't because you ain't got the strength to do it, because you ain't go to bed on time last night. Why? Because you was up on Instagram, scrolling. Scrolling. All right. It's a boundary issue. So you just skip to work. You can't get fine without getting focused. You said you weren't gonna eat after 8 o'clock, but the day was so busy. There was no time for you, and now it's 7:45, and you just sitting down to eat. You can't get fine without getting focused. All right. You keep eating at night, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, because it's the only time that you got to be calm and still and do something for you. You can't get fine without get focused. You see what I'm saying? Weight loss is not a food issue. Losing weight is not a food issue. It's about a life. It's about lining your life up. It's a life alignment issue. And when you start really working, focusing on fixing more than what you put on that plate, what you put in your mouth, this is when you're going to lose the weight and it's going to stay off. It's going to stay off. I'm telling you what I know. Drop alignment in the chat if you know your life needs some structure, just like your plate do. I got a structure for the plate. I'm so serious. Go to Ready Set Habits. I got a free simple plate method that I teach you. The plate is easy. The plate is easy. Okay, the real work, the real discipline comes in your life aligning. All right. Here's the other thing we do when we're trying to get fine, but we don't really want to focus on what we need to be focusing on. We don't want to focus on what we need to be focusing on. Come on, Nikki, tell the truth. Shame the devil. You keep sticking to or protecting the very things that are keeping you stuck. Yeah, I get the amazing opportunity to coach in the program that changed my life. And here's what I see people do. They'll come in, and this my coach has created an amazing program that works. It just works. Okay. And people will come in, honey, and they be like, wait a minute now. What you're not gonna do is take all my stuff from me. Okay. So some of us are struggling because we keep trying to hang on to the very thing that we say we want to break. You keep saying that I can't seem to be consistent, but you've never stayed with anything long enough to see what's possible. All right. This just not with weight. This is in your life. You don't stick with things. All right. You see what I'm saying? This is an internal, this on the inside. You say, I on the weekends, okay, it's Friday, I already know. You say on the weekend, somehow I always fall off, boy, or I be doing good all week, and then the weekend come and I just lose it. You know why though? Because the thing you're protecting is that you have made the weekends off limits for being disciplined. You've already decided that on the weekend is do what you feel, do what you want to do, and you keep that in place. Instead of saying, hey, listen, I'm gonna have some limits on the weekend. I'm gonna go get one meal, or I'm not gonna get no meals. All right. So you say you fall off, but you protect the parts of you that allow weekends to be a free for all. Do whatever you want to do. All right. You give yourself wiggle room in the very area that you say is the reason you have no confidence. I'm sorry. I'm telling the truth because I love you. So you don't need another plan. I got one of them. Go get it. But what you do need to do is stop protecting this pattern, these consistent habits and way of doing things. You know why you free for all on the weekend? Because we've been free for all on the weekends. So we have to create a new habit. We have to stop protecting that, allowing it to happen. We got to blow that thing up. We got to blow that thing up. All right. So every time you say, okay, it's gonna be it's just one meal, it's just one cookie. Which no, show me the person who's ever eaten just one cookie, one chip. We say if you want to eat one, which is a lie. All right. So every time you say it's just this one meal, every time you say I've been good all week, every time you say I'm gonna start over on Monday, all right, you are in essence allowing the part of you, you're like giving the power to the part of you that doesn't want to change, that wants to stay the same. You're allowing that to be stronger than the part of you that you has what you say you want. You are allowing that part to win. You are protecting the part of you that doesn't want to change. Because there is a part of you that does not want to change. All right. There's something about the way we've been operating that's just familiar. It's easy. You don't gotta think about it. It's just what you do. Your brain does that intentionally. It's a survival mechanism. All right. So if you're ever gonna stop that, you gotta show the brain, oh no, 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 brain. We don't do that no more. We do this new thing. All right. And do you know what your brain does because it's so genius? You go a couple of weekends and say, you know what? I'm not going to act wild and crazy on the weekend. I'm going to have some limits and some restraints about myself Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then you run that thing back again and again and again and again and again. And you know what your brain does because it's so genius? Your brain says, oh my God, this is what we now do. Your brain says, this is what we now do. But we never make it to that point. We never get there. Some of us are on okay, this is the example I use. Imagine we are in, I don't know, Chicago, and we trying to get to California. All right. And one of us gets the bright idea that we're gonna take the street way. Okay. We're not gonna take no interstates. We're gonna take the street, the back roads. All right. We're gonna be starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping. And that's what we're doing when we say I'm gonna start over Monday. We on the interstate, baby. Monday through early Friday. Monday through early Friday, we on the highway with the cruise control on, baby, whipping that thing. But as soon as Friday night come, honey, we getting off the highway and finding the nearest happy hour. Finding the nearest blue plate special. I'm sorry. That might just be Mississippi. We getting off the highway. All right. And then we ride that thing all weekend long. We on the street starting this. I'm talking about then Monday morning, we want to hop back on the highway. And wonder why it's taking so long. Why I feel like we ain't gonna never get there. What this a long trip. It didn't take Susie this long. Why is taking me this long? Because we not being consistent. That's the part. That's the part on the inside that we got to deal with. That's the part. So your brain is so efficient that if you do this over and over and over again, your brain will say, you know what, I think this is what we do now. All right. And then Friday comes and you no longer feel like, turn up for the 1, 2, 3, and 4 time. You no longer feel that. And so your brain is like, okay, this is what we now do. And then guess what happens, y'all? Oh, this is the good part. It becomes what you now do. All right? It becomes what you now do. You know what else? I'm gonna tell you, you don't need to feel like you just need to keep your promise. You need to become a promise keeper to yourself. Some of us keep promises to everybody better than we keep them to ourselves. All right. So stop protecting the part of you that's broken. The part of you that uses food to comfort yourself, the part of you that doesn't know how to have a good time without having certain things that harm you, the part of you that doesn't know how to say no to people, that is a people pleaser, the part of you that does not know how to set boundaries and limits, the part of you that don't want to operate by a schedule, but to save your life, and then expect to see a breakthrough. Let's stop protecting that part of us. All right. Let's shine a light. Let's have an honest conversation and say, you know what? You don't just do this when it comes to weight. Okay, this is me talking to me. Okay, don't nobody get their feelings hurt. This took a talking to took. You don't just start and stop when it comes to your health. You do this in other areas of your life. Do you remember when you was doing basket weaving? Yes, I did. Take a whole course on basket weaving. Ask me how many baskets I made. Okay? You don't just do this with your weight. You remember that time when you was in tennis? Ask me where my tennis stuff is. You don't just do this when it comes to weight. You do this. Remember that time you took scrapbooking? Ask me how many scrapbooks I made or finished that I could pull out and show you. All right? So these patterns show up in other areas of your life. And until you say, you know what, you are okay, I'm sorry. This is Tooka talking to Tooka in the mirror. Don't nobody get hurt. If it's for you, it's for you. Okay? You don't just do this when it comes to weight. You are an inconsistent person. You are a person who does not know how to say no because you think if you say no, people will leave you. You're not just doing this when it comes to weight. All right. You don't have no time because you're not a good manager of it. All right. These are the honest conversations I had to have with myself. This is the internal work that we must do to make any weight loss. I'm telling you, I know y'all don't believe me. Weight loss is easy. It's really easy. All you have to do is follow a series of steps. All right. But we don't. And why? Is because we haven't dealt with the stuff on the inside. All right. All right. Where am I going with this? Okay. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to make a decision today on Friday before it gets lively, before it jumps off. I need you to decide because we going into the weekend and somebody somewhere is about to jump off the interstate and take the street. And you're gonna be sitting at the stoplight until Monday. Okay? You're gonna be sitting right there at that stoplight till Monday. So I want you to decide right now. I want you to make a decision. Do I want to be comfortable or do I want to change? Not do I want to look like I change, but do I want to change or do I want to be comfortable? Tell me in the chat. Do you want to be comfortable or do you want to change? Because you can't do both. Every time you make a decision to change, it is uncomfortable. Every single time. It's uncomfortable. But here's the good news, my friends. I got good news. Y'all say it with me. She got good news. Tooka got good news, okay? Every time you make a decision to change, it's uncomfortable. But do you know what happens if you keep doing it? If you stay consistent, what was uncomfortable becomes what is now comfortable in your life. And you do it with ease. You do it with ease because it is comfortable now. But we never make it to the comfortable part because we're governed by our feelings. We have no systems for our life. We just out here winging it on autopilot. Whatever happens in the day happens to us. All right? We let life happen to us instead of standing on business. Okay? Like we not daughters of the king. You understand what I'm saying? So here's what I want you to do right now. I want you first of all make a decision. Do you want to change or do you want to be comfortable? If you want to be comfortable, well, there you go. You have it. Be comfortable. All right? Live it up. Have a great time this weekend. And when you're ready to start on Monday, I got a plan for you. All right? But if you really want to change, here's what you're going to do. I want you to talk. Don't look, this not on the scale. Okay? This ain't a scale thing you're finna do this weekend. I want you to pick one area of your life. Okay? That's not just your food. But pick one area of your life that's out of order. It might be your time. It may be the way you think, your mindset. It may be the way that you manage your emotions. It might be a relationship. There may be a difficult conversation that you need to have. It may be the way you set boundaries. It may be what you do when you have nothing to do. It may be the fact that you don't know how to rest, that you got a little desire to be the answer to everybody's prayer. I want you to pick one area of your life that's out of order. And we're going to start right there. We're going to start right there and we're going to fix that. We're going to fix that and watch how the weight responds. So I just told y'all my business. It was the fact that I was a people pleaser. I had no boundaries with people or food. I had no boundaries with either one. My flesh was weak too. I forgot to say that. I wanted what I wanted, when I wanted, where I wanted it, and who I wanted it with. If I want Oreos, we get Oreos. All right. Told y'all I couldn't give no's. And that meant even to myself. All right. So pick the area of your life that's out of order. We're going to start there and see what the weight does. Then you're going to set one boundary this weekend. All right. That keeps you from feeling. This boundary has to be something that is like a fence around your peace of mind and your health. All right. That keeps you from feeling like you one more comment away from snapping on these people. You're going to set one boundary. Me too, y'all. One boundary that protects your peace and your health. One boundary. This is what we doing, myself included. So I don't know if it's saying no. I don't know if it's leaving the thing early, okay? Coming to the thing late. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's going to bed on time. You decide. All right? And then you're going to honor one promise to you. Just one. Just one. Don't got to be big, but it does have to be done. So if you tell yourself, one promise I keep making to myself is I'm going to wake up at the same time every day. However, on the weekend, I don't do it. But I know it's important because when I do it, my sleep cycle is regulated and I'm better through the week. So it don't got to be a big promise like that, but it needs to be done. So keep one promise to yourself this weekend. Those three things. One area of your life that's out of order, that needs a fixing. Okay, just pick that. Set a boundary that protects your peace and keep one promise to yourself. All right? Now, I'm going to say it again. I know I gave you a lot. This ain't about being perfect, but I'm telling you, this is about focusing. This is about focusing on the right thing. You don't got to do everything today, but you got to stop doing what you're doing. You got to stop doing what you're doing. You don't got to do everything, but you got to stop doing what you're doing. Because the longer you wait to get focused, the longer you stay, y'all. When I tell you, when you get to the version of yourself that God is promising you in the John 10:10 life, she already in there. You ain't got to go get her. You're just not connected to her. You ain't talked to her in a while. Okay? She buried under all this physical weight. The version of you that's confident and not in herself, but knows what God put inside of her. All right. So when I say when people get Tanisha, they get a lot. I'm not saying that because Tanisha's so fabulous, but my God is. And what he put in us is so fabulous. But we've been told, don't get too big for your britches now. How I'm too big for my britches when I'm talking about my father? Now, if I say Tanisha is the bomb, okay. Okay. We talking about me and what I did, might be getting too big. But I'm talking about what he did. Oh, okay. So the version of you that's already confident about what God has put, she already in there. The version of you who loves what she sees when she look in the mirror, she's already in there. The version of you that walk into the room and ain't nobody got to tell her she cute. She not cocky, she not arrogant, but she don't need nobody to tell. She already knows she look good in her body. She's already in there. The version of you, they got something about her. Okay, it's like a little glow that you can't get, you know what I'm saying, nowhere. Because, you can't get, only way you get this is by taking care of yourself. All right? She's already in there. All right? But you can't get her till you get focused. So I'm going to say it again. You can't get fine without getting focused. But guess what, though? I'm here to help you do both. I'm here to help you to get fine. And baby, that's a t-shirt. I'm here to help you get fine and focused. So I'm done. I can't wait to hear. Y'all DM me, email me, text me. I need to know, how is this weekend going? All right? You can't get fine without getting focused, but you can do both. And I'm here to help you. All right? If you need support, if you need a community, I got two options. One won't cost you a thing but time and attention. I got a free community, Ready Set Habits, where we look at how we're doing life and how do we turn these habits around. All right? Because what's on the inside affects what people see on the outside. So we trying to start out outward and work in. I don't know. It's possible. That's what I did. I just wanted to be fine. But eventually I learned you ain't going to keep this fine until you get focused. Okay. All right. So Ready Set Habits, if you need a solid community to do it with you, don't cost you anything. I love you to life. Please, please, please share this with somebody. Somebody, if anything I said is a blessing to you, please, because when you do that, more people, this video gets in front of more people, and the enemy. There's a woman that the enemy prays. Never hear what I said. Okay, so like this video, make sure you are subscribed. So and turn on your notifications so you can get your notifications. Okay, when I go live, I'm here every day at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's my new habit. Y'all see how that works? It's my new habit. Monday will make, I think, 3 weeks. Did I say, you know what? I'm going to go live every day at 4 o'clock. And I would be telling you a lie if I said the first 5 days I didn't really have to think about it. But guess what? It's now what I do. The other day I was out and it was 4 o'clock. And I said, oh, shoot, I'm out. It's 4 o'clock. Oh, baby, you better pull over and go live. All right? So what is uncomfortable today, if you keep doing it, will become instinctive. You do it on autopilot without thinking. You just got to stick with it long enough. I love y'all to life. What am I supposed to say? Turn on your notifications. Be subscribed. Turn on your notifications. Share and like. I love y'all to life, and I'll see y'all. Guess when? Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you tomorrow.